Today's video, I am so excited to present to all of you. I found a list that apparently some random men compiled of the type of women they shouldn't date. And a lot of these men, they're attracted to something that's very inappropriate, but they want these women who are fresh out of the plastic wrapper. And when I hear a lot of these men describe the kind of women that they want, they're describing children.
Do you think there's a type of woman that men shouldn't date?
Yeah.
I don't know. What?
Well, I mean, like, most men should probably not date, like, probably, like, a woman who's not, doesn't bring anything to the table, like a freeloader.
I don't even know what that, so I've heard that this table talk for the last year and a half. I don't even know what this table is.
I mean, somebody who's dating them just for their money and doesn't want to work or contribute at all.
Okay, I mean, I guess. A freeloader?
The first thing they put on the list was telling men don't date single moms. And I really feel like they say this. One, I feel like somebody who's immature would say something like this about a woman with kids, because I have plenty of friends who have kids, they met their husbands, and their husbands treat those kids like those kids belong to them.
Number one, don't date women who are single moms. How you feel about that?
I think it would take a special kind of person to date a single mom with kids. Well, a single mom. That, I guess, the obvious, they would have kids.
If the lady has her stuff together, that's totally different. Mm-hmm. But I'm not even going to say most, but a lot of single moms do not have their stuff together.
Really?
Yeah.
That's scary.
What do you mean that's scary?
Like, how do they manage their children?
They don't. So the ones that have their stuff together, you really never hear anything about them. And the thing is, the single moms that have their stuff together, a lot of times they do find another guy pretty quickly because they have their stuff together, and their kids, listen, their life is not in chaos. Mm-hmm. But the ones that's life is in chaos, those are the ones you see always out here by themselves, bouncing from their man to man.
Because I think they're considered like. This is terrible to label their kids like this, but they're the ones that are more considered like they come with baggage.
Yeah. That's when your kids actually are baggage. But so in general,
they don't become somebody else's problem.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is that even when you date somebody who has kids, because listen, this is a two-way street too, because you got single moms, you got single dads too, and so. But if you date somebody that has kids, is that there's a totally different dynamic you got to get used to, because one, they're not your kids, so you got to there's a certain way that you have to move around them. You can't discipline them the way that you would discipline your kids, and you can't sometimes talk to them the way. So there are different aspects within that, because they have their own actual biological parent that is not in the house with y'all, so you got to respect that dynamic also. So I would say it's a little more complicated, but at the same time, it's like, I wouldn't say they're totally off limits. I would say you have to choose correctly and choose wisely and vet wisely. And that's from both sides. I think that would be from the women's side and the men's side, though. I don't know.
I would say be very serious, too, because when there's kids involved, I feel like you just need to be kind of sure of, what you're getting into and what you want. If you're looking to date somebody and you're not looking for something long-term, then probably stay away from the single moms.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the only thing I'll say about that. One of the red flags for me is, like, if you meet a single mom and she's quickly to introduce you to her kids, I'd be like, yeah. Like, if I'm only
looking for some help.
Yeah. It's like date number 2 is like, oh, it's like, look, you can show me pictures, but I'm not trying to meet them, because he's like, yeah, you're gonna be around. No, I don't even know if I'm gonna be around for the whole date. So anyway,
and those, I feel, are real men. But somebody who's trying to evade any kind of responsibility of any kind and would automatically disqualify a woman because she has kids, I think is fucking weird. The second thing they put on the list is not to date women with tattoos. Again, I am disqualified. Boo-hoo! Because I have a tattoo on my back, on my rib cage.
See, I don't know about that one.
Tramp stamp?
She might have a tramp stamp.
Tattoos to me is just art. I mean...
So here is the...
if you have a teardrop maybe on your face.
Well, yeah, that too. But I would say here's the clarification. The clarification is where the tattoo is. Because I don't think most men are really overly concerned about, you know, women having tattoos. I think it's more of the placement of the tattoo. If I met a female and, you know, and she was nice looking, but she had a total arm sleeve of a tattoo, I'm like,
Some of them are nice.
yeah, they're nice, but I mean, listen, as much as people say they shouldn't, people do judge you. And so then you have to get past that. And so I've seen, you know, women who have like tattoos like on their chest and, you know, and they wear V-necks and stuff. Now here's the thing, that's attractive to some people, but it's not attractive to me. And I would say it's a limited, you start to limit your availability to people that are going to be attracted
Oh yeah, for sure.
to that.
But they want these women who are fresh out of the plastic wrapper. And when I hear a lot of these men describe the kind of women that they want, no hair, you know, no waist, tiny, no tattoos, pure, they're describing children.
So now she's looking a little overboard.
Yes.
Yeah.
No
So-
hair? What is she talking about?
Fake hair. Probably fake hair.
Oh.
No weave. Like, here's a lot of things that women, so I think women dress a lot of times for other women. Because a lot of guys don't like all this weave. They don't like all this makeup. They don't like
Really?
all this, what? Yeah. Yeah. So-
Maybe, I don't know if it's for other women. Maybe
Oh,
they
oh,
just
yeah,
think
oh, yeah.
that they look better in it.
Yeah, like these camel eyelashes and all
Yeah.
that stuff. Yeah. I don't think women ask men like what they like. A lot of men aren't looking for a skinny, itty bitty female either. It's like something in between. What? And that's where you get the pick me. The pick me's are these that try to figure out what men, you know, are interested in, and they try to become a little bit more what men are interested in. That's why they get the whole pick me status. That's why women like this don't like them. You don't have much to say about this one. You don't care about this video?
I don't really know much about it.
Well, you ready to go to bed?
And that.
And the third thing these men had on the list is women who dress provocatively, which is just another form of control. They don't want other guys looking at you. They don't want you to attract another man that could possibly be better than them, you know, because God forbid you realize your worth and realize that they're a complete dickhead and not want to be with them anymore. But it shouldn't matter how a woman dresses.
What is dressing provocatively? Here's the thing, and the only reason why I'm watching this video is because I think some of the stuff she's saying is just completely outlandish. Basically, there's not much left for imagination.
Yeah.
It's not about, you know, wanting to show your worth. It's like, you know, cover yourself up a little bit.
Some people could see it as provocative, but I think that you could also be confident. It's really all about like what type of body you have and how you wear the clothes.
Oh yeah,
A few people could wear that. Like you could pick 3 different people and put them all in the same outfit, and it actually might look classy on one person,
and trashy on another.
trashy on another, and then provocative on another.
That is true. You do need to wear things that complement your body, but you also
and
need
leave something to the imagination.
I think most men would like for guys to look at their women because it's like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have a nice looking woman. But I don't think most guys want people to look at their woman as like, all right.
Yeah, like a piece of meat.
Yeah, like pretty much because she basically looks like a piece of meat walking around. And some guys like that, but it depends on what type of guy that you're with. But I would say most guys are not into that.
For a guy, I think if it would also be maybe disrespectful to the comments or the looks.
And I just feel like if you only respect women who dress like, you know, whole body covered, you really don't respect women. You respect women that you can control.
See, that's one thing. So if you only respect women that have their whole body covered, it's not about not respecting them if they don't even have their body covered. It's like, because if you go to just a strip club, you still have to respect the women. I think it's just the preference of who you want to be with and who men want to be with. Like most men wouldn't want to be with some woman, even though they may respect her, that basically is walking around with just pasties on her, you know. I don't understand where this woman's coming from with this. I mean, do you understand where she's coming from?
No. I mean, the other thing is she says some men made a list. Like, who are these men and how many men? We're talking about 3 men? Or are we talking about?
I don't know. Sounds like she's more disgruntled than the men that made the list.
Yes.
The next thing they put on the list is they don't want women who are sex workers. You know, it just goes along with the last point that I mentioned. It's all about control. I feel like a real man would be in that situation and kind of laugh, because everybody's looking at his girl, his woman, but he's the only one that gets to be with her. She going home to him. So he would be flattered that he has the hottest girl around that everybody wants and fantasizes about, but they can't have her.
Does that make sense?
That to me is like a prostitute, or no? Is that something different?
I mean, that's a whole range of different things. So, I mean, I guess she could be doing OnlyFans stuff. I guess she could be out here in the streets. I guess she could be like in the club. I don't know. That's a whole range of things.
Yeah.
But I would reverse that. How would a female feel if her man was a gigolo? Maybe these women ain't got enough confidence to be with a man that's out here just, you know, slanging candy canes everywhere. Merry Christmas. Oh. Look, do you think most women would be okay with, you know, man out here slinging candy canes everywhere?
No.
You think they would? They're just not confident enough. They're just trying to control that man. I mean, that's basically what she's saying.
Number 5, they say don't date women who have an Instagram page. Control. Again, they want you to be hidden. They want you to be ignorant of the world around you. They want to cover you up because, God forbid, they just work on themselves and be actually good men. No, they just want you to hide and be hidden and to never be seen. So the threat of an actual great man coming along isn't even something that they have to worry about.
I don't know. What do you think about that one? We're almost done with this.
I guess maybe what's on the content of the Instagram page.
Yeah, I would say what's on the content, because like if you got a baking page or you got a family page and your family's up there on Instagram, it's like, you know.
Yeah.
But if you got an Instagram and it's just you and you just posting shots where, you know, you turn around looking at the camera and your butt's, you know, facing the camera and you're looking over your shoulder.
Yeah. Attention.
You know what I'm saying? If you have an attention getting Instagram where it's just you and you have these thirst trap pictures on there, I think that would be a problem. You basically just inviting people to slide into your DMs.
Like, why do you feel like you have to put yourself out there? And like, why do you need all that attention from other people?
Some women like that. And that's the thing.
A lot of women like attention, but that could lead to something else, that type of attention.
Also, they know that behind their woman's back, they be all up in folks' DMs and stuff, and it's projection because they don't want you doing that shit to them.
It goes to the people that she's talking to again.
Oh yeah, she definitely,
Yeah, she's been.
Something happened to her.
Yeah, I mean, she's picking. Well, here's the thing. I wouldn't even say she's picking wrong men. I would say is that the vibe that she's giving off is attracting the wrong men. If the vibe that you're giving off is attracting certain men, then maybe you should check the type of vibe that you're giving off. From what she's listed off, the type of vibe she may be giving off may be the reason why she's attracting a certain type of men that are doing these other things. Like, I don't know. That's just me. I could be wrong.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Sorry.
Number 6 and 7 was they don't want women with multiple piercings or women who have different colored hair because, God forbid, again, as I stated earlier with the tattoos, we express ourselves. God forbid we not be fresh out of the plastic wrapper. They want kids, and that is disgusting.
Hey, here she goes again talking about what is wrong with her?
I don't know.
Listen, the more this lady talks, in her bathroom, the more this lady talks, the more I'm starting to think something's wrong with her. Yeah. Nobody's telling women that they can't express themselves. It's just that a lot of men may not be interested in how you express yourself. And that is okay, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of women that are not interested in how some men express themselves. And so the thing is that if you want to express yourself a certain way, listen, nobody cares. How you say, honey boo boo child? Nobody cares. But you got to understand is that you are limiting the number of people that are going to be interested in you. Yeah. And sometimes the type of people that are going to be interested in you.
The next thing they put on the list is women with hoe friends, promiscuous friends, which again, it's just projection to me. If you're doing right in the bedroom, you won't be worried about a threat coming along. You won't have to worry about her hearing the adventures of her hoe friends and being jealous about the life that they're living, because she'll be getting taken care of at home by you. But if you're insecure and you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, then of course, you're going to be worried about who she's hanging around and who might influence her to show her that she's getting the short end of your stick. Y'all see what I did there?
So when you were growing up, when your parents always told you, it's like birds of a feather flock together. But for some reason, as you get older, you think that you can just be the lone wolf out here. It's like, I'm with all these people over here and I'm hanging out with them, but I'm not doing what they're doing. It's like, okay, you may not be doing everything they're doing, but you're going to be pulled into something that they're doing and so I never understood this. It's like adults think that, you have this force field around you that you're not going to be pulled into stuff even though you're around stuff. And listen, you hang around smokers long enough, after a while, guess what? You're probably going to take a smoke here and there. You might not be a full-blown smoker, but guess what? When you're around those people, you might take a puff here and there because the peer pressure is just so high. It's like everybody's smoking except you. You're the eyeball out.
Yeah, or everybody goes outside to smoke. You want to sit inside by yourself.
And so it's the same thing. It's like you go out with, and this, like I said, this is a two-way street. You go out with 3 or 4 female friends, or males go out with 3 or 4 male friends, and they're out here and there's all this activity going on around them. Do you think you won't just get caught up in it? And the thing is that most people don't want to be around people that are going to be around situations like that. Now, here's the thing. The difference is sometimes is that, listen, if you have friends like that and you go out, but you take your significant other with you, then you're there together. Yeah. And so, but, so it's not saying that you can't hang out with these people, but you might want to limit the times that you hang out with them. But, like I said, it's the same thing for the guys. Like, if you got a bunch of single guys and they always have, this swarm of, just outlandish women hanging around them, how comfortable would the female be? It's like, all right, yeah, I'm going to hang out with John, I'll be back, about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. How many females are going to be okay with that, multiple nights?
Or it could cause problems too, I think, because you're experiencing that single life, like in the ultimate setting, going out, having fun, having drinks, but then you come home and you have everyday life. You're dealing with the ups, the downs, the everything. And if you do that often enough, it could appear that the single life, the grass is greener on the other side. I feel like, and it can create problems. People don't see, like, it's fun out, but then the single life, like, you wake up by yourself and just spend the days by yourself. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. Single life sucks. And here's why I'm going to say, because a lot of y'all that are out here single are weird as hell. I'm sorry. A lot of y'all got problems. And the thing is that a lot of times you don't see those problems until, like, the next day. And look, some of those problems that y'all have, there's a reason why a lot of y'all look very nice, but you are not with anybody.
Please run away from any man who wants to keep you in the house all the time and away from your friends all the time, because he's trying to isolate you so that you're not hip to the bullshit that he's trying to put over on you.
Ultimately, I don't know. Do you think this guy's list is a bad list? Their preferences list.
I don't know. I agree with a few things on it, but not all the things.
What do you mean you agree with a few things?
I agree with a few things on the list.
Oh, that the guy said?
Yeah.
What things do you not agree with?
I don't agree with the tattoos and the tattoos.
What about the tattoos?
I feel like you can date a female who has tattoos.
Yeah, I don't think. And so I think, and when we went over, I think it's about the placement of the tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You asked about what the guy said. I'm telling you that's one of the things I don't agree with the guy said.
Because you have tattoos.
I just have one.
Well, I'm just saying, it's like I didn't know you had one for a long time. I don't think that's what they meant. I think it's more of the placement of the tattoo.
And it's an okay list, I guess.
Anyway. All right. We'll end it on that. I think females should have a list too, and I think females can have a list. Listen, this ain't gonna be in the video, but, stable, has a job,
non-alcoholic,
has his own car,
doesn't live with his mom.
Is that a bad thing? I mean, the same thing that she's saying right now, I think actually would go for guys who not hanging out with a bunch of hoe friends, You know what I'm saying? Not posting a bunch of shirtless pictures online.
Yeah, what does his Instagram look like?
Yeah, so I think it goes both ways.